Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop and welcome to the August 2024 shop update. So as you can probably see, I'm sitting on the other side of the workshop today. So I want to show you a few things that I've bought lately and things that I'm doing. The first thing I want to show you, if we just look very quickly over on the bench there, don't know how well you can see that, let me just zoom in. Okay, so just there is my homemade lathe, which works pretty well. Extreme close up. Yeah, it works pretty well. But because it's obviously homemade, it's a little bit limited in its use. So I decided to buy one, just a mini lathe, and this is it. Now that's what you call a mini lathe. So obviously that's the motor. Now when this arrived, this switch was broken. So I tried to fix it and it didn't work, so I ended up buying some new switches. I bought 3 of these little switches for like 11 baht each. It's just like 20 pence. So yeah, so I bought some new switches and I fitted this one, had to solder it in and fit it all in. And I didn't want to just send it back and go through all that rigmarole just for a broken switch. I fixed it myself. Cost me pennies really. So that's the actual lathe itself. I mean, you can see it's what, 12 to 15 inches long, 30 to 30 plus centimeters anyway. I can't think straight today. And it comes with the power lead, obviously. It's also got this guard. You see it's got the bolts on both sides and it's got a slot there. Now what that's for is you'll fit it basically over the chuck there, and you can put like the little circular saws in there, so it's like a tiny mini saw table, which I think that'll be pretty handy. But I'm not sure I'll use that much. It'll just be for the lathe itself. It comes with the chuck and the motor, and you've got the little pin in there, and it's got a couple of accessories there. Oh, we've got the chuck key, and looks like some fittings for the like the abrasive wheels and that kind of thing. Also came with this little set of hand chisels. Wood carving set. I'm not sure how good they will be, but they came with the set. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I've made my own lathe, and it works quite good. Just check this microphone. It works quite good, but it's a little bit fiddly to set it up because of the way I made it, and this will be just a little bit easier and quicker to set up. But obviously, as you can see by the size of it, it's not meant for anything big. Things like that kind of size, really. Not much bigger than that. So yeah, I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure it'll be pretty easy to use and pretty versatile. It was pretty cheap, no great expense. So why am I sitting on this side of the workshop, you may well ask. So in previous shop updates, I've mentioned about my laser engraving equipment. So I started life with this little Darja machine. It's 3 watt, but for the small jobs, it's ideal for the the key rings and that kind of thing. It's ideal for that. But I did say I was going to upgrade, which I did, to this. Oh dear. Help. This Atom Stack A5 M50 Pro, and now I've got another one. So this is the first one I bought, or the first of the bigger ones that I bought. Atom Stack A5 M50 Pro. Now that's a 5.5 watt machine. And I bought another one, which is the Atom Stack A10 Pro. So this is a 10-watt machine. Now, I've been using that machine a fair bit to do these tumblers, they're called, or flask cups, whatever you want to call them, doing the engraving on these. And I've done quite a few. I was going to show you one of them, which I did this morning, but the customer's already come and collected it, so that's gone. But let me just see if I can find my one. There we go. So this is one of the first ones that I'd experimented with, just to put my logo on there. This isn't the best one, but it was the first one I tried. And as I said, I've had a few orders for these. I've done 4 or 5 now, and I've got another order coming up for 6 from the same customer. Apparently, a lady soldier in the army, and they're for, I guess, her and some of her buddies, her crew. I don't know what they want on them yet, whether it's their names or their military emblem or whatever. I don't know. I haven't actually got the order officially as yet. I mean, they pre-ordered, and I had to order a bunch of these cups. I've got some of these in this army green, and but they did specify they wanted grey ones and silver or chrome ones. Well, I've ordered several of each, so now they have the choice of what colours they want, or what types they want. So yeah, I mean, this laser equipment is quite expensive for all of it. In old or English money, it's well into 4 figures anyway, for all this equipment. Well, yeah, probably just about 4 figures. So yeah, it's quite expensive equipment, but like I said, I've done quite a few engravings already for customers, various bits and pieces. I've done these tumblers, I've done key rings, bottle opener. I can't remember, a few other bits and pieces anyway. So if it keeps going like this, then sooner or later these machines will pay for themselves. So I'm really happy with that. Now, when I bought the new machine, the 10 watt, for the 5 watt, I already had this roller, and the little sort of end stand for longer items, and it's brilliant. It works really, really well. Now, the problem was, let me just grab one. Not a perfect example, but these cups with the handles. You see, it's not going to work, because the handle will strike either the roller or the laser head, or both. So when I bought the 10 watt machine, I also bought an extra roller. Actually, there was 2 rollers. So this is the other one that I bought. So this is a chuck roller. So you can see the difference with the roller, called a rotary roller, this one. And this is a chuck roller. So you can see that there's nothing underneath. So when you've got the cup mounted in, it's like a clamp, a bit like the lathes where they have a sort of 3-jaw clamp. And so it's not going to strike the bottom there. You see. Obviously, I still have to be careful with it. At the top where it might strike the laser head. But I've been doing a little bit of experimenting. Let me just grab a couple. So I've been experimenting, using these cups with the handles and using this chuck roller, including these cups, which are a bit bigger. Now, the problem with these is, the handle still strikes the bottom. Well, the good thing about this one is you can undo this and flip it all the way over. So now, and then what I did was I just made this simple wooden base to sit it on. So now, you've basically got all of this real estate at the end here, and it doesn't strike the roller there. So, you know, this roller is really, really versatile in its use. You know, you can put this on any angle through 180 degrees, and you've got a little, you know, sort of end catching thing there for longer items again. And that is adjustable. You can slide that back and forth. And these jaws, it comes with 3 different types of jaws. You can have them clamping on the outside or on the inside. And as I said, there's a few different ones, and you can locate them in different places on here as well. You can move them in and out on there. So really, really handy bit of kit. Again, pretty expensive this, but going to be worth its weight in gold. Now, when I bought this, it came with another one. So it's another one similar to, you know, to my original roller, but it's lower. And this one, you know, you can adjust these up and down, these rollers side to side. This one, not so much. I mean, you've got these thumb screws underneath here, which means that you can move one of the rollers in. But other than that, there's not a lot of adjustment on this one. But it's still, you know, a handy bit of kit. I definitely will still use it. It's having these 3 different types of rollers, I've pretty much got everything I need. You know, because also this one came with another one of these little end rollers for longer objects. So, you know, I've got 3 3 of these rollers, and you know, 2 of these end capture ones as well. So I've got all the versatility I need. You know, there's not going to be many things that I won't be able to engrave with all of this kit. Apart from really large objects, I think they might be a bit problematic. But also with the new 10-watt machine, I don't know if you can see, but the feet are standing on those elevating platforms. I bought 4 of those as well. So, you know, I can adjust it up pretty high. So that, again, will allow me to be able to, you know, to engrave quite large objects, because and there will be other ways. You know, I can stack it up on top of blocks of wood or whatever, and raise the machine right up off the table for doing larger objects. So I would say, to a certain degree, nothing's impossible with this setup, which is awesome. Okay, so yeah, so we've got all new laser equipment, and you know, I've been doing a few jobs, so it's not going to be that long before all this equipment has paid for itself, which is awesome, and I'm really enjoying doing it. It's difficult. It's quite difficult to learn how to use the machines and the software. And coming back to these cups that I experimented with, so I showed you this little one. I've got a few of these. And this was the first one that I did. Now, it's a black cup, as you can see, and the engraving is white, but engravers do not do colour. So I engraved it first, and it was all black, and then I just literally smeared some acrylic paint in it, let it dry a bit, and then wiped off the excess with alcohol. Now, it's not brilliant, it's not turned out perfect, but it's not too bad for the first one. And then these cups, I've got this one, this is my one, and this is my wife's. I've been doing a bit more experimenting, and it's driving me mad, the settings. So you can see there's that one there, it's not too bad, but it's stretched out, it's stretched sideways. So I'm still having to play around with the settings a bit. And then I did one the other side, which is right that way, but I did this on a higher laser setting, and it's blown it, you know, because these are plastic coated, so it's quite tricky getting the settings right for these plastic coated cups. I mean, these ones, they're sort of like powder coated or something like that, or painted, so it is effectively metal, but these ones are plastic. So I'm finding it a bit problematic getting the settings right for these plastic ones. But you know, this one, my wife's cup. I forgot. I actually, with this chuck roller, when you flip it over like I did, you don't need to invert the image. But I forgot not to invert the image, so that's gone on backwards. So I did it again the other side. It's turned out better. And again, because you know you couldn't see it, it was all the same colour like that. I sprayed some black aerosol on there, again let it dry, and then wiped off the excess with alcohol. Now, if you look carefully on the R, you can see that you know some of the paint is missing, so that didn't turn out great either. But that's, you know, this is a learning curve. New machinery, new software. I've still got a lot to learn, as you can see. And, you know, I've got a few sacrificial cups just as well. And I will buy some more, actually, because I'm going to need some sacrificial cups for this. Because it's proving problematic at the moment. And as I said, this one, the first one I did, has probably turned out the best out of all of them. So yeah, I've still got to play around with the settings, do a bit of experimenting. These plastic cups are harder to do than the metal cups, because with the metal cups, you know, you put the power up and the speed down, you let it do its thing, and they're pretty easy to do compared to these plastic ones. These are proving problematic, but I will get there. Okay, so that's pretty much it for gadgets and gizmos, but if we just look over there, just put that up a bit, you can see that orange frame on the wall. That was already there, but the back part of it was a bit messy. So what I did is I bought some basically like wallpaper panels, sort of plasticky, and I've put those in there, and it looks a lot better. And another thing I did was this. So I installed a rubber strip light all the way around. It's kind of difficult to see. Let me just put the other lights off. So yeah, I put like those rubber strip LED lights in there because I have plans for that area. I'm not going to go into any detail on that yet, but you know, I've already sort of, you know, re-papered it, if you like, the back of it, so it looks nice and uniform. And I put a LED strip light all the way around it. When I measured it all the way around the circumference of it, it was just over 5 meters. So I had a look online at these LED strip lights, and they came in 1 meter, 3 meter, 5 meter, and 10 meter. Well, unfortunately, as I said, just because it was just over 5 meters, the 5 meter one wouldn't really have worked properly because there'd have been a gap where there was no light. So I thought, oh, well, I might as well just get the 10 meter then. So I've basically gone all the way around the inner perimeter almost twice, and it's obviously better than, you know, not enough. So, and that was relatively cheap too. Okay, so that's pretty much it for gadgets and gizmos, although, you know, it's fairly substantial, quite a bit of money's worth there. And, you know, as I said, over time, they will pay for themselves, because I'm getting sort of a decent amount of orders for these tumblers, albeit, you know, not many people know that I do it at the moment. So, you know, once word spreads around, it should pick up even more. And strangely enough, one of our friends who owns a shop here, she's been here longer than we have actually. Somebody came to her shop the other day, which is at the other end of the mall to where we are, and said, "Do you know anybody who does laser engraving?" And she said, "No, you'll have to go to," and she said some mall, you know, sort of near Bangkok. So off they went. It was like 2 days later, she wandered up to our shop and she said, "Oh, you do laser engraving? I sent someone away the other day." I mean, all inside, just through the missus, you know. But so she got on the phone straight away to one of her friends, and that's the order that I've got waiting to come in for 6 cups. That was her friend. So she called her straight away, took photos and videos, and and said, "Do you want some?" She's like, "Yes, I do." So that's kind of what we need. We need the word to spread around, and it will pick up. So that is pretty much the end of the shop update for August, and I have finished the bridge replacement on the acoustic guitar. That's gone back to the customer. He's happy. I also had another guitar in which was for a restring and to lower the action, another acoustic guitar. That's done, gone back to the customer. He's happy. And I also said that I'd sold one of my electric guitars to one of our students. He's not due to come back in until Sunday. Today is Friday. But I've done the guitar, set it all up, got it in tune and checked all the electronics and everything. It's all working fine. It's a nice guitar. It's a Strat copy, Stratocaster, and it's got twin humbuckers on it. For those of you who know anything about guitars, so they're better pickups than the normal ones. And it's red body with all black hardware. Looks great. So he'll be picking that up on Sunday. Well, he'll be picking it up and playing it for his lesson. So that should be good. So my next project I actually started several weeks ago. I've made one episode which I haven't obviously uploaded yet. So that will be coming soon. That will be coming in September. A new project. Quite a short one, but quite an interesting one. And yeah, as I said, that will be coming up in September. Let's think. Today is Friday. Yeah. That's that. Yeah. So I'm going to be starting that again on Monday, which will be the 1st, I think, of September. But like I said, I've already recorded the first episode weeks and weeks ago, but I haven't managed to get back to this project yet. So as I said, it's a relatively short short project, but quite an interesting one, and that will be coming soon. So in the meantime, please look after yourselves, look after each other. We will see you soon. Peace out.